So folks, that was the video. Let me know what you thought of these leaks. And well, like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Farewell.
And then, just as quickly as it dissipated, the emptiness returned. Without Spirit Halloween, I am nothing.
Except for Spirit Halloween. Think of anything. Nothing in this world can compare to the glory of Spirit Halloween. It is all nothing to me. Nothing is
Days and nights and days and nights and days and nights and days and nights until finally. It's time.
Hey, this end of the road. And today we got some manual leaks. We'll probably get more later, whether that be later today or in a few days. I don't know. Boo-hoo means, oh, I have to make another video. Shucks. But these are a few pictures that I will talk about. And they do show some interesting things. So without further ado, let's get into them. So these are from Halloween Clay Guy, as you could probably tell from the watermark. Now in the distance we have a box that I cannot make out what it is. But more importantly, closer to the camera, we have the box for Backbend Bonnie, which is pretty interesting. It's cool to see a slightly better picture of her. Saying slightly because it's in two colors, black and white. Even though technically not colors, they're shades. But we get to see a little more of her. And she does look pretty interesting, if I do say so myself. Her mouth appears to be open and kind of in a screaming position. So she does look pretty unsettling there. She appears to have either, long black hair or a hood. But we've seen that already in the picture. But yeah, just, show don't tell. So make of it what you will. It also doesn't appear to be a very big box. I believe there's a side view of it we can see. Which honestly, it seems to be a fairly small box, if anything. So that's actually kind of exciting. I don't like my animatronic boxes to be very big. But I'm not sure how tall she'll be. Maybe about 6 or 7 feet. Hell, maybe 5. Who knows? But I'm excited to see for sure. Also, one thing that my good friend Xavier Realist pointed out is that apparently in the Spirit Halloween video game, which they released not too long ago, which I did not talk about, this thingy appears, which he's kind of theorizing, and I do like this theory, could maybe be Backbend Bonnie? I mean, it appears to be a doll, maybe, appears to have a red dress, appears to be fairly lanky, so I don't know. So far, it kind of checks out. Which in that case would be pretty interesting if she looks like this. It would be a pretty spooky look if I do say so myself. And hey, it matches up with the fact she's been rumored to be a doll. Even though in the recent leaks we've seen she looks more like a vampire, but I don't know, we'll have to see. But yeah, Backbend Bonnie, that's pretty interesting if I do say so myself. Next up here, we have a look at the Squid Game display, including Young Hee, the big doll. And, I'm seeing a lot of people absolutely hating it. I don't really mind. I don't know. I'm just happy to be here, man. But she, from what I've heard, and you can visually tell, she's apparently 12 feet tall, which makes her Spirit's first 12-footer, and she's also, meaning their first 12-footer is licensed, so that's a little interesting. Makes me kind of, makes the $700 price tag make a little more sense, even though I hate to sound like a Home Depot meat rider, but if Home Depot made her, she would be like $300 cheaper. So yeah, $700 price tag is still looking pretty rough. So she better have the cure for cancer is all I'm saying. But honestly, it's a neat little display. I like the idea of having licensed prop displays that aren't just the Jack and Sally thing in the way that it's just the prop, but like with the merchandising around and the animatronic, I think is a pretty cool look, to be dead honest. So I don't know, it'll be a fun little part of the store in my opinion. But yeah, that's another kind of interesting thing. The next picture we have here depicts some of the new horror babies, including a white ghost face, okay? The Frankenstein horror baby and the Chucky one, which...
Okay.
Next, we have a view of some new hanging heads. The three new ones are on the top. My personal favorite is the one to the very left. There's like one evil face, one normal face. You know, it's kind of got this like two-faced gimp. Two-Faced Teddy! Who speak of the devil, his box is in this next image. Won't really talk about that because, I mean, we've seen it already. But something that I do find of note is that we can see the side of Backbend Bonnie's box to see that it actually is pretty thin. Which excites me because she's one that does kind of interest me. And knowing her box might be a bit on the smaller side is actually quite encouraging. I don't know. Gives me hope for getting her that she won't take up that much space. We do get to see a decent chunk of the theme, mainly the archway. One thing that I do find kind of interesting about this picture is that it appears the jumping spider display is in front of the theme, which usually it isn't. It's off to the side or even the back. So I don't know if they're like changing the store layout or they're like the theme's going to be in a different orientation or if I don't know. We're just going to have to see what that ends up looking like. There's also like kind of caution tape around the boxes. I don't know if that's for setup to show where they should be or if that's actually part of the theme. I don't know. We'll have to tell. But most excitingly, we can see two animatronics in this. Number one is Trick or Treat Pete, who looks interesting. I don't know, he looks a little weird to me, but he at least does look kind of unique for a clown. Really can't make out too much about him. People are saying he could be a candy dispenser, which I will say is a neat thing for a prop to do. That would be pretty interesting. At the very least, I think he's just holding a candy bowl that he could just put candy in, you know? Neat enough. Sitting Scarecrow kind of does that, but whatever. And behind him, we can see Sinister Strawman, who honestly, from this angle, does look pretty cool, fairly Halloween-y. I don't know. I'm excited to see more of him. Wait, now, hold on a second. I'm starting to realize something. I think this might actually be the back of the ISE. Because I was really confused by the store layout, but it's kind of making sense. Since I mentioned the jumping spiders are usually behind the theme, and these pictures would be taken to Flagship, and I doubt they'd move their cash register, you can see the cash register in the back, which leads me to believe that this is a view of the back of the theme, which is actually kind of surprising to me. I thought it was going to be a front view, but I guess not. But yeah, so that's kind of interesting. I guess off to the side, that's where Valak would be. But yeah, just a little thing I thought I'd add. Although, folks, until we get more, that's all I got for you today. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what you thought of these themes in the comments. And well, folks, I'll see you in the next one. The emptiness returns.